Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
Okay. Which entrance is that he's heading towards?
The back entrance.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
Once he told me not to follow him, and I wasn't following him, I was just going in the same direction he was. Once he said
following.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Are you following him?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything you regret? Do you regret getting out of the car to follow Trayvon that night?
No, sir.
Do you regret getting out of the car to follow Trayvon that night?
No, sir.
The other day, and again, these are the questions that we're going to have to be able to explain to people. The other day you told me you got out of the car because dispatch was asking your location and you wanted to orient yourself. You did not tell me that you said, oh shit, he's running, and then got out of the car and went in that same direction at the same time. You see what the problem is?
Yes, sir.
And I asked you, did you look for him? And you told me no.
None of that.
You told me the reason that you got out of your car was to get an address.
Yes, correct.
But you decide to get the address a fraction of a second after you say, oh shit, he's running.
At the point where you said, are you following him, and you said, Billy, did you do that? What went through your mind?
He's right.
So you should have stopped and went back to your vehicle.
I still wanted to give him an address.
They said, where are you? And I could not remember the name of the street because I don't live on this street.
Right.
Retreat View Circle goes in a circle.
Right.
And I said, I don't know. And he goes, we need an address. And I said, I don't know an address. I think I gave them my address. And they said, give us directions to get to you. And I said, if you tell the police to go straight at the clubhouse and make a left, my truck will be there. And again, they asked me where he went, what direction he went in. And I said, I don't know. And then I thought to get out and look for a street sign.
Right.
You're still in your car.
Yes,
And you're watching him walk away.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then what happens?
The dispatcher asked me what direction he went on and exactly what address I was at.
He's running. Which way is he running?
Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
Okay. Which entrance is that he's heading towards?
The back entrance.
And this is when you don't realize what street you're on because you're on the
Correct.
center street and you live on the outside.
Correct.
Okay. So you're trying to figure out what street you're on. Okay, so you see him go here, and then so what do you do to try to...
I got out of my vehicle to look at this house's address and see if there was a sign there.
Okay,
There wasn't.
okay.
So I walked through the dog walk to see if there was a sign here or an address that I could make out easier.
Once again, something else I got to try to explain away. How do you not know the 3 streets of your neighborhood? You've been living for 3 years. I don't know how to answer that, and I have to speak for you. I'm trying to tell everybody he's a good guy. Now, how do I answer that? How do I answer those kind of gaps? How come I mean, yes, I, got to talk to people and got to, give people a reason why you're not sitting in jail right now because there's a shooting and blah, blah, you have really no idea. How do I explain that one away that you're saying that you didn't know what street was one of the 3 streets that live in the community, that you're the head of the homeless, the head of the whatever, you know what I'm saying? How do I do that? I mean...
To be honest with you, I have a bad memory anyway.
Okay, and then what happens?
The dispatcher asked me if I'm out of my car, and I said yes. And they said, do you know what direction he went in? I said no.
He's running. Which way is he running?
Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
The dispatcher asked me if I'm out of my car, and I said yes. And they said, do you know what direction he went in? I said no.
He's running. Which way is he running?
Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
And they said, are you following him? And I said, I don't know. I don't know where he went.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
And they said, are you following him? And I said, I don't know. I don't know where he went.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
All right, sir. What is your name?
George. He ran.
I saw him walk through the cut-through and then make a right behind other houses.
He ran.
I saw him walk through the cut-through and then make a right behind other houses.
He ran.
Why do you think that he was running then?
Well, maybe I said running, but he was more.
You said he's running.
Yes, it's like skipping, going away quickly, but he wasn't running out of fear.
You could tell the difference?
He wasn't running.
So he wasn't actually running?
No, sir.
Okay, because that's what you said to the dispatcher. You thought he was running.
Full sprint, full long flight, jogging, trotting. Describe the run.
I don't remember. Because I was on the phone. It happened so quickly.
I understand that, George, but like I said, it's if it was a bicycle theft, I could say okay, but it's kind of important. I mean, was he running as to evade you, get away from you? Maybe he got tired of getting wet in the rain. What kind of run was it? I mean, it sounds like he's running as to get away from you.
I don't know why he was running.
But what kind of run was it? Can't say?
I don't remember.
Okay.
All right, George, what's your last name?
Zimmerman.
I mean, it sounds like he's running as to get away from you.
Zimmerman. 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 Zimmerman.
Go to runs the Caltech PF9 with some hollow points. See how they do.
Zimmerman.
Caltech PF9.
Zimmerman.
Caltech PF9.
Zimmerman.
Caltech PF9.
Zimmerman.
You think he might have saw you had a gun when you guys were standing before he punched you? No way, no how? Was it totally concealed under that jacket? You couldn't have got a glimpse of it? Accidentally? And once again, getting back to the beginning, what was the provocation from punching you other than the fact you were following him that you can think of?
So I was walking back through to where my car was.
How long is that?
That's 84 seconds. From the point where you were walking back to your car from Retreat View to Twin Tree, basically.
What about 30 feet?
That's a minute and 20 seconds. You stopped at the T.
No, I walked through. I stopped on Retreat View Circle.
That's where you were standing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you didn't get back into your car?
No, sir.
Why not?
I was...
You're in the rain, you're getting wet, you're on the phone.
Because I was waiting. I had light there where I was at, and I was trying to hit my flashlight. I didn't want to walk back through without light.
Okay, a minute and 20 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're in the rain getting wet. You wrote this guy off basically. You're going to meet the police. Okay. You see where the obstacle is here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want you to think about that. I am speaking for you. To everybody. I'm trying to protect you the best I can here.
Yes, sir.
It's a minute and 20 seconds. Doesn't sound like you were saying, well, it doesn't sound like you quite recall exactly what happened at that point, okay? Let me finish this off here. I have to do something else. This is all right. Okay.
Okay, can I ask, my concern is also this. Oh shit, he's running, and I'm getting out of my car in an instant to make sure I don't lose sight of this guy. That's what it sounds like. Are you following him? Because that's what it sounds like you're doing. That's why he asked you the question. It sounded to the dispatcher likely that you were running. And that's why he asked you that question. Are you following him? And your answer is yes. Okay? But then you get to the other side, and you're concerned about walking past this guy when you've already been chasing him, essentially. And he's telling you to go back to your car, and now you want to pretend, or not pretend, you want us to believe that you're concerned about having a flashlight to move back where you just ran?
You're looking
Trying to
for
catch
him.
up to him. See what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, it sounds like you're looking for him.
You brought a flashlight with you.
Yes, ma'am.
You wanted to be able to see him.
You want to catch him. You want to catch the bad guy.
It doesn't. That's
Fucking
what
punk
everyone
can't
watches
get away.
do.
Listen, we're outside that interrogation room, okay? We are in a whole different area right here, okay? This is where, you know what I mean, this is why I took you out of there. So you can hear this. So I can recall your memory and let you see if you say walk back to your car and you stood outside your car for a minute, they're not going to believe anything I got to say.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm saying. Is there anything that you need to clarify right now? Did you pursue this kid? Did you want to catch him?
No.
Okay, it's not you.
Why?
It's not what you're about.
Why did you tell them? Never mind, just have them call me when they get here and I'll tell them where I'm at.
I was frustrated that I couldn't think of the street name.
But you were going to be back in your car from that distance in less than 15 or 20 seconds. So why would they need to call you?
I felt like I didn't give them an adequate description of where I was from the clubhouse.
Because know what the impression would be is that you're going to continue to look, and when they get here, you should tell them where you're at that point. You see what I'm saying? Well, no, never mind. Just tell them to call me when they get here, and I'll tell them where I'm at. Meaning I might not be at my car, where I just told them I would be.
But no, we're here working for you here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, that's what got to open your mind, okay? And if there's anything that needs to be changed, this is it. We can't do this anymore, okay? And once again, getting back to the beginning, what was the provocation from punching you other than the fact you were following him that you can think of?
So I was walking back through to where my car was, and he jumped out from the bushes, and he said, "What the fuck's your problem, homie?" And I got my cell phone out to call 911 this time. And I said, "Hey man, I don't have a problem." And he goes, "No, now you have a problem." And he punched me in the nose.
Okay, so when he approached you, his words are, "What the fuck's your problem?" Correct?
Something to that effect.
Did he use the word homie?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay, so at what point and where from what bushes does he jump out?
It was somewhere around here.
Did you know is there bushes along this walkway, or where are the bushes?
There are hedges around the sides and the back of the buildings.
Okay, so you think it's up here somewhere where the T is, where he jumps
Yes, ma'am.
out. Okay, do you remember you were walking this way? Did he jump out in front of you from somewhere, or did he come up behind you, or do you remember?
I don't recall.
When I got about halfway to my car from the street, again, behind the houses in a dark area, I heard him say, "You got a problem?" And I turned around and I saw him, and I went to go for my phone and call 911 instead of non-emergency this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I didn't have my phone in the pocket that I thought I had it in. I had it in my jacket pocket, and I reached for my pocket, and I was looking for my phone, and he just punched me in the nose.
I passed here, I looked, I didn't see anything again, and I was walking back to my truck. And then when I got to right about here, he yelled from behind me to the side of me. He said, "Yo, you got a problem?" And I turned around, and I said, "No, I don't have a problem, man."
Where was he at? About?
He was about there, but he was walking towards me.
So he's coming this direction here.
Yes, sir. I believe, like I said, I was already past that, so I didn't see exactly where he came from.
And he jumped out from the bushes.
So I didn't see exactly where he came from.
And he jumped out from the bushes.
But he was about where you were.
Okay.
And I said, "No, I don't have a problem." And I went to go grab my cell phone, but I left it in a different pocket. And I looked down in my pant pocket, and he said, "You got a problem now." And then he was here, and he punched me in the face.
Right here?
Right up around here.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't remember exactly.
Did it ever occur to you to go ahead and actually ask this person what he was doing out there? Was it fear, precaution, safety, all the above, or tell me what's going through your
I
head?
didn't want to confront him, and this was my job.
Okay. So, by not, well, your job's not to really do anything at all when it comes to that kind of stuff. It wasn't your job to monitor him either, but for future reference, I mean, you can usually dismiss a lot of this kind of insanity. I mean, had that been done, and that's, and from our vantage point, you've had two opportunities to identify yourself as somebody who was actually not meaning to do him harm. Problem being is that what if in his mind's eye, which I can't get into because he's passed, that he perceives you as a threat. Okay? He perceives you as a threat. He has every right to go to defend himself, especially when you reach into your pocket to grab the cell phone. Okay? Where I'm gravitating to here is to say that, like I said, this could that have been a possibility for him getting so enraged at you? What do you think his mindset was? I'm telling you right now, the kid has no violent background, no violent tendencies that we can find. What made him snap? He's not on drugs. Can you fill in that blank?
The other thing was when he walked up to my car, he reached in his waistband and held his hand there.
He was probably holding his iced tea.
I don't know.
That's fine, but did he say anything?
It was raining, so I had my windows up and I was on the phone. I didn't.
How close to your car did he get?
Maybe a car length?
What do you think set him off?
I don't know.
Had he been a goon, a bad kid, 2 thumbs up. Yeah. No, he does not fit the profile of what occurred, which is another unfortunate thing that we got going on here.
I'm still not understanding. When he walked up to your car, why didn't you say anything to him?
I guess fear. I didn't want to confront him.
So you were afraid of him?
Yes.
Then do you say he ran?
Yes.
Then you get out of your car and run after him?
I didn't run after him, no. I walked to find a street name or a street sign. And he had already cut out between the houses. So I knew that if I walked straight through that little sidewalk, I knew that that was my street that I lived on, Retrieview Circle. But when I was walking around, my truck lights stayed on, and he wasn't there.
So was that portion of that T that you could see straight through lit up by your truck lights?
It was lit up partially because it only stays on for a few, I don't know how long, but it stays on for a while.
When you got out, you shut the car off and took your keys with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't, okay, and at that point you didn't see him. Okay, you did say on the phone call he's running, and you get out of your car, dispatch tells you to stay in your car, but yet you decide to go ahead to orientate yourself. But once again, which also lends the question on, once in fear for not lowering your window because he's right in front of you, to outside exposing yourself to the possibility of being attacked by the person. That coupled with, like I said, the parent background disposition of the child, of the child at this point, he's a juvenile, what set him off? And there will be a question forever in everybody's mind. The only person who can talk is you. And and I've tried to explain that to everybody. And this ain't like on TV. I can't, jump up and down and make me that. That's fictitious.
When he comes up to your car, you're telling them, right, that
Yes.
he's reaching in his waistband?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think is the possibility that he has?
Well, the guy 2 weeks prior, did the same thing. He saw me, like his hand in his jacket, and he watched me walk by and he lit a cigarette. So I thought that he was just trying to look tough or intimidating.
So you didn't think he had a weapon?
No, not at the time.
You thought he was just trying to bluff you?
And did that scare you, the bluff? They're going to ask me how come you didn't haul ass. Understand that, right? How come you didn't leave if you were scared of, like I said, and I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. I wouldn't want you to be in my shoes either. But here we are. You're the good guy here, in part. But what we do is that, good, bad, or indifferent, we have to give absolute truth in everything we do. That's what they call us sworn. Okay. Good shoots, bad shoots. I'm concerned because, like I said, it hasn't come to light yet, but things always do come out in the wash, that between your ADD or your ADD, whatever you got going on, and maybe something discovered in here, and maybe something witnessed that come forward, that all of a sudden something critical is left out. Court of public opinion is going to beat up on you a lot, okay? I mean, a lot of people don't think that your injuries are consistent with getting in a life-threatening type of thing. It's a matter of perception. I understand that. If there's anything that you might have forgotten, here's them again. And now here's another thing too I got to show you also. That right there is the only injury to his hands that we could document. Okay. Now I heard you say yelling for help. It's a matter of perception. Like I said, there's no doubt in my mind that you were in fear. Okay. Well, the question comes into play is that what enraged him so badly? Besides the fact that maybe he felt he was being profiled. He's from a bigger city. I don't know. He can't talk. I wish he would have ran away. I got an anonymous phone call today from somebody who gave a different version of events, and that person is holding their statement, and they said something a little bit different. More along the lines, you tried to detain him. More along the lines that, there was arguing before the incident happened. There was yelling back and forth. These things happen, for a lot of different reasons. And that's probably why they kept their anonymity to themselves. I'm hoping that whatever they tell me doesn't come out on here, and then all of a sudden you're looking at something that you never dreamed of you'd be looking at.